Hey, what's up everybody? Sailor Gren here. I've got kind of a really weird video for you, and here's kind of the deal. It's extremely long, as you've probably seen from the running time. Don't let that turn you off, because this is a great video. There's a lot of comedy in it. There's a lot of in-depth stuff about this game, which is Farming Simulator 17. I know it's not actually a game, it's a simulator. I'm aware of that. Anyway, so here's kind of the deal. We are going to show you the end piece of the video first as kind of a too long didn't read version, and then once that's done, we'll get into the actual super high in-depth review of this game. So yeah, so that's what this is about. This is going to be a review of Farming Simulator 17, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. And here is the too long didn't read version. Oh, before I go, I should probably do a that whole spiel with, you know, is it a goodbye or not kind of thing. So is this game a goodbye? Goodbye? No. It is a pretty decent buy, all things considered. I got my enjoyment out of it. To give you some personal experience on this game, I have dropped over 100 hours into this game so far. This game, simulator, whatever you want to call it. I've dropped over 100 hours into this thing. Not just to review, but because I wanted to. Speaking of this review, I'm not doing this because I'm getting paid, because I'm not getting paid for it, even though I really wish I was. I'm not. I'm doing this video because I wanted to do it. And because it's something that I am passionate about. I like this game. It's an okay game. Does it have faults? Yes. Does it suck at life? No, not necessarily. Are there things that it is good at? Yes. Are there things that it is extremely horrible at? Absolutely. But does that make it a horrible game? No, not necessarily. As long as your expectations are in the right mindset. Because if they're not, like, if you're expecting something that's amazing and perfect and just this awesome thing, this game is not it. This simulator is not it. Absolutely not. But if you are expecting, you know, a simulator, a farming simulator that gets most of it right and does a pretty decent job at being a simulator that simulates farming, this is definitely the simulator to check out. If you don't like it, well, there's always the refund button. So, you know, you don't have to like it. It doesn't have to be the best thing you've ever played. But, it also doesn't need to be the worst thing you've ever played. So, based on what you've seen in this video, you decide. I personally am okay with this thing. I'm okay with it. It's an alright thing. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's kind of middle of the road for me. So, I am very curious to see what else Giant Software will produce in terms of the Farming Simulator brand. And, yeah, so I hope it's going to be good. I'm expecting it to be good. I'm expecting it to be a lot better than this. But, yeah, which is... You could call this version of this game, this Farming Simulator 17, you could call this a reskin of Farming Simulator 15. You could call it that, because the two things are very similar, but they're not exactly the same. There is much more content. There is a lot more content in this version than there is in the other one. Oh, cool. So I didn't know that happened automatically. Sweet. Selling the milk up in the upper right corner. I didn't know that happened by itself. So that's nice. But anyway. So, yeah. Do I think this game is worth it? Absolutely. If you're looking for a time sinker, this is it. This is the thing to get. If you're searching for the best thing since sliced bread, if you're looking for the bee's knees, keep looking. I'm just saying it. But this is definitely one to check out. Is it worth getting if you already have Farming Simulator 15? I would say yes, because Farming Simulator 15 did have its flaws, according to what I've read from other people. It does have its flaws, as always, and there's a lot of content in it that made the game better from mods. And a lot of those mods I've read have turned into features in this version of Farming Simulator, in this edition of Farming Simulator, aka Farming Simulator 17. So I have heard of that kind of stuff happening, but I want to say that I personally think this is worth getting. Speaking of things that are worth getting, there is some DLC that has come out for this game. I am aware of that. I will not be getting it at its full retail price, however. I refuse. It's just not worth it. Based on what I've seen with the mods, there's no way that it's worth it. Not at that price. 15 bucks for, like, what, a handful of tools and stuff? I've gotten better equipment for free, you know, from Mod Hub. So, you know, it's not worth it is nowhere near worth full price. I understand what they were trying to do, but at the same time, it's not worth full price. So do not get the DLC at full price. In terms of this game, I don't remember exactly how much this game retailed for, but if you see it, I would say grab it. Especially if it's like on sale or something, definitely grab it. It's worth it. It will keep you occupied for quite a long time, I think. My advice, though, to you is to play this game in bursts. So like 1 to 2 hour bursts is my advice to you guys. Because otherwise it just gets too boring, repetitive. Well, it's not boring, but it gets too repetitive and you lose interest pretty fast because things just get so tedious and just mind-numbingly grueling, grindy that, you know, it turns from an awesome time sink, just kind of blah game to, you know, just veg out kind of game to holy crap, this is really freaking grindy, I'm never gonna get anywhere, why am I bothering to play this kind of a game. So yeah, which is not a bad thing, but you know, for those of you who are into that stuff, rock on, grab this game because you're gonna love it. But if you're like me and you like some grind but not a crazy amount of grind, then, you know, absolutely get this game, but only play it in like short bursts. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, I'm TLDR. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I rate this game probably 68, 70 out of 100%. So I'd rate this game 3.5 to 4 stars, I would say. It's a good piece of software for what it is. For what it is, it's great. Absolutely. So, I will see you next time. Until then, I'm TLDR. As always, thank you so very much for watching. See you next time. Peace out. I'm gonna drive into the water now. Hey everybody, TLDR, I am back. So, that was the too long, didn't read version, and now, we will get to the feature presentation, which is the super deep, in-depth review of Farming Simulator 15, or sorry, 17. I can't count. But anyway, so Farming Simulator 17 had 15 on the mind for some reason. But anyway, alrighty. So, this is going to be extremely in-depth, and you can kind of view some of this as a tutorial, but not entirely. It's not intended to be one, so if a certain tactic or, you know, way of doing things doesn't work for you, that's why. But yeah, so at any rate, I hope you enjoyed the rest of this video if you stick around to watch it, which you should because it's awesome. But yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoy, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I'm TLDR. See you later. No? Okay. Well, fine. Whatever. Screw it. No webcam for you. Sorry. Anyway, hey everybody. Let me turn this stuff down a bit. Yeah. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? TLDR here. And we are going to do a wonderful thing. We are going to do a review, is what we are going to do. That is precisely what we're going to do. So let me just go get it started, and we are going to do a review of Farming Simulator 17. And I thought, what better way of doing a review than to just show you the game? So that's what we're gonna do. So what is Farming Simulator? Not Elite Dangerous. Here we go. So what is Farming Simulator 17? Well, glad you asked. Let me show you the store page here real quick like. Farming Simulator 17 is a game. Well, it's not really a game. I mean, it is a simulator after all, but you can think of it like a game. So, basically what it's all about. I feel like I'm screaming, so I'm gonna turn up my headphones so I talk a little bit quieter, but not too much because I don't want to hurt my own ears. But anyway, it won't affect you guys. But anyway, so this is Farming Simulator. It's a pretty cool game. It's not really a game, but you can think of it like a game. Basically, it's a simulator that simulates farming, and so you have cool tractors and stuff, and yeah, so you can do all kinds of cool stuff in here. By the way, I don't own any of these pictures. These are just from the store page on Steam. Anybody can go and see these. I'm not gonna play the trailers, but yeah, so that's what this game is. So also, by the way, I'm using this game under fair use for this review. So, and by extension, I'm using any kind of logos and images for review purposes of this video through fair use. So if you got any complaints about that, it's your problem. Figure out what fair use is. But anyway, all right, so also, take note that any kind of background music that is not Farming Simulator background music is my own. So like this iTunes stuff here, that's mine. So this song right here, all this stuff, this is all my own stuff that I've personally made. So you can get most of it on my Google Play page if you want it. Otherwise, yeah, so there it is. So that's what the background noise is going to be, and that's what that stuff is. So I'm going to get us right into Farming Simulator. So let's do this. So let's go back to library somewhere. There we go. Helps to have Steam be your active window. All right. So, yeah. So let's get to it. I'm not 100% on the game yet, but that's okay. I've played enough of it to know what I'm talking about with 183 hours here. So, yeah. Now, before we begin, I do have this game set up with NVIDIA control panel and all that kind of stuff to look a lot better than it would normally. So, yeah, so just take note of that. I am running an SLI setup on this computer. I'll have a future video explaining every single detail about this computer and, you know, all of the wonderful, amazing things that it can do. But anyway, so yeah, so just take note of that. It'll look a lot better in this video than it might for you. Your graphics may vary. So yeah, but anyway, so let's go ahead and start this up. Now I'm going to turn off the background noise right now because there is going to be some background music in the menu that I don't really want to listen to because it's kind of annoying, but it's okay, it won't take away from anything. The downside to that is that we won't hear anything from the spiel iTunes. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah. I'm not gonna make you sit through most of these intro videos, just the thing here. But yeah, so it's made by Giant Software and Focus Studios, I believe is what it was. I don't remember. I'm not gonna make you sit through this intro video. Besides, it's probably copyrighted anyway. Even though this is clearly fair use, you know, whatever. Now, one kind of funny thing to note here on this main menu screen is this tractor here and the way that it's set up. This tractor will always, every time you start up the game, a different tractor will show up in this place. But anyway, whenever this one is here, it always looks like it's wearing a hat with the barn here. It's like, oh, I'm a little tractor and I'm wearing a hat. It looks like a barn because I'm a farm tractor. And yet I also kind of look like a bulldozer. But yeah, anyway, yeah. I always thought this tractor looked like some kind of bulldozer or something, like just a repurposed bulldozer. I mean, in all honesty, it probably is, but I don't know, who knows. Anyway, let's move on. So, this is Farming Simulator 17. I am running the most recent version of the game. Take note, however, that I am using mods. I'm using a lot of mods, and I'm going to show you those mods. Not 100% individually, but I am going to show you most of them. But yeah, so let's just run through the main menu options here real quick. So we have career mode, multiplayer, tutorials, mods, achievements, options, credits, and of course quit. So now there is menu music in this that is kind of annoying because it loops constantly. I will give you a brief example of that. So that pretty much loops constantly. And yeah, so that gets annoying, and there's no way to turn it off without a mod, I don't think. So, now just give me 1 minute. There we go. Sorry. I might be getting a little sick, but hopefully not. But anyway, yeah, so this is Farming Simulator, so we're gonna check it out. Also, just a note here right off the bat, I don't really know how long this vid's gonna be, so it could be, you know, anywhere from 10 minutes to, you know, 2 hours. I don't know. This is gonna be a long video, but I don't know how long. But yeah, so anyway, I'm sorry that you guys can't see me. My webcam's having issues. I don't know what the problem is with it, but it just doesn't like me today. So anyway, let's go ahead and get right into the mods section, because there's this cool thing that's part of the game itself called Mod Hub, and it's kind of like a Steam Workshop of sorts, except not as good. But yeah, so this is a collection of curated mods from Giants Studios or whatever it was. I don't remember. But yeah, so Giants, the game publisher, I believe. Maybe they're the dev. No, I'm pretty sure Focus is the dev. And Giants, I don't know. Who knows? I'll clarify it at the end of the video. I'll figure out which is which. But anyway, so yeah. So anyway, this is a list of curated mods from Giants software. That's who they are. And yeah. So they pick out the best mods from all over the interwebs and put them here on this Mod Hub page. So there's all kinds of different categories that we can go into, you know, beta, other, tool, trailer, object, tractor, etc. So I'm just gonna go through my downloads, or my installed list, because there are a lot of mods here, and I consider all of these mods to be completely necessary to get the most enjoyment from this game slash simulator. So let's go ahead and go in here. Also, I don't own any of these images or names or anything like that. This is all under fair use, so if you got a problem with it, it's your problem. Figure out what fair use is. So anyway, so there's a lot of mods in here. I'm not going to go through each one and explain what each one does, because for the most part they're all self-explanatory. Anytime you see a mod that looks like this, it's usually a map. So yeah, otherwise this is pretty much just, you know, all my mods here that I play with. Most of them work just fine, some of them do not work. This one causes heavy frame drops for some bizarre reason, but I don't really know why. Some maps don't work. Broxton works okay, I'm pretty sure. Haven't tried that one yet, I don't think. I have tried this one, and it's not so good. I don't remember if I've tried Sandy Bay or not. I keep trying this Pacific Inlet logging, but for some reason it just will not load. I don't know what the problem is with it. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's the mod, I don't know. But yeah, this map just will not load for some reason. I don't know why. But so that's kind of a bummer. Because this one, basically it's all just logging, so there's no actual fields that are, you know, dropped on to the map specifically that are actual, like, real fields. You know, I mean, you could always make your own fields, but I don't know if there's any place to sell crops on this map. I don't think there is, but I don't know because I can't test it to see if there is or not, since it won't load. So sorry about that. But yeah, so I don't know what the deal is with that. But yeah, so some of these maps are good, other ones aren't. Same with the tractors and everything else in this list. This tractor is really fast, but it's not all that powerful. But it's a very fast tractor, and it's very cheap too, which is even better. So yeah, there is a currency system in the game. Once you get into career mode, I've noticed that this harvester does not work with anything except for the header that it comes with or is designed for. So yeah, so just be prepared for that. If you do get this harvester, it's only designed for the header that it's made for, basically, if that makes any sense. So it will not work with any other kind of header except for the one that is shown in this picture. So that's a real bummer, because it's a nice harvester. It's cheap, it's kind of older, but it is a very nice harvester. I just wish I could put a gigantic header on it instead of this puny one. But yeah, anyway, I'll get to all of that stuff in a while. But if you're not familiar with farming, then I'll explain it once we get down to brass tacks. I'll explain it. But yeah, if you are familiar with farming, then I guess it'll just be kind of a nice little refresh. But anyway, so Voltra, I love the Voltra tractors. I love their aesthetics. I love the way they look. While this tractor is in the vanilla game, this version of it, this modded version, has special features that are not part of the vanilla game. So, yeah. But anyway, like I say, I'm not going to talk about every single one. This is just a cheat tool because the game takes so long to get anywhere, and I am going to be using this in this video. Because since this is a review, I need to be able to, you know, show you things, you know, without having to play for 8 hours, you know, first. So I am going to be using this. And also, it's just kind of the way I play. I like to do things my way. I don't like to wait for things for too long. And I don't like to grind for too long. So if something feels like it's going to be really grindy, I don't find it very fun. But that's not saying grind isn't fun, because it is, as long as there's a proper payoff. Which is what this is all about. This kind of, I treat it like a little boost, so I don't just, you know, give myself $5 million and, you know, buy all the best equipment in the game. No, I don't do that. What I do is I buy fields, and I buy, you know, enough equipment to maintain those fields while still having the feeling that I'm progressing. So I don't buy the very best equipment right away. I make sure and buy, you know, stepping stone equipment to build up to the best equipment. So instead of 2 gigantic tractors, I'll buy 6 smaller tractors. You know what I mean? So yeah. This is a nice mod for those that are interested. I haven't really used it all that much. I was going to, but then I just never ended up using it. So this trailer is an absolute must, and I will explain that later. But yeah, this trailer is an absolute must for sure. But yeah. So anyway, I'm not gonna explain too much about stuff here. Logging is really fun. I'll talk about that too. Like, I mean, I'm gonna talk about everything in this entire game, so this is gonna be a pretty long video because this is going to be an absolutely 100% as in-depth as I can get it, down to earth, totally accurate as possible review. Excuse me. I'm gonna vomit. Okay. Okay, I'm alright. Alright. Alright, Foster Brooks aside, let's get to it. One aspect of the game that I really like is the potato stuff and the sugar beet stuff. It's really fun, but it does not pay off at all. But it's really fun though, which I guess is the point. So I just wish it paid off better. But anyway, so yeah, so there's a whole lot of cool stuff. And the mods just make the game better. There's a lot of cool stuff in the vanilla game that I'll talk about, but there's so much more that is added through these mods that just make the game slash simulator, whatever. I know I keep saying game, but it's actually just a simulator. But I kind of treat it like a game because I have fun while doing it. So you can think of it like a game, even though it's not. So when I say game, I really mean simulator, but I'm gonna be referring to it as a game from here on out. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's keep talking about mods here real quick. But anyway, yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of try to speed this up while also explaining some things. But anyway, all right, so yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. I mean, you don't have to have any of these mods in order to make the game playable. You can play it totally straight up vanilla if you want to and have a great time. There's no reason to, you know, have these mods in order to make the game playable. You don't have to do that. It's 100% playable. Okay, 90% playable without any of these mods. But I'm just saying that these mods make the game so much better. So this is definitely one of the more of the required mods. This game mode thing, what it does is it increases the utility of the difficulty system, easy, normal, hard, by adding and editing some differences between the 3 game modes. Main changes are listed in the table on the image. Other minor value changes are vehicles price drop, livestock daily upkeep price is changed, dirting speed, which I'll talk about that later, and birth rate gets increased or something. But anyway, here's the table of what this mod changes, and it makes the game so much easier, which is, or simulator so much easier, which is just an absolute must in my opinion, because otherwise the game is just way too freaking grindy, way too grindy. And yeah, to me anyway, me personally, I don't find that very fun. But if you love grindy stuff, then by all means don't bother with this mod and go hard mode right off the get-go. Go for it, you'll have a great time. But me personally, I play on easy because, you know, I don't like, while I like a challenge, I don't like impossible challenges and feeling like I'm just bashing my head against a wall not getting anywhere. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm all about. So I have this mod, and it's awesome. Yeah, one kind of weird bug about this is, like, whenever you check out a mod and then go out back to this menu, it like takes you to either like midway through the list or all the way to the end of the list, which is really strange. So I'm gonna have to scroll all the way back to where we were. Here we go. Okay, I mean, we're almost there. This is a front furrow, which I'll talk about. This tractor is a great tractor. It doesn't work all that great, but it works good enough to be a tractor. It's a tractor, so it does its job. But yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff that you can add in to this game slash simulator slash whatever. But yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff here. This forklift is really cool, which I'll show you later. But yeah, so there's all kinds of cool stuff in here. This just adds better lighting systems and things like that. So yeah, it just kind of helps out the lighting system in the game. Yep, see, don't know why it does that, but it's weird. But anyway, this is also kind of a must-have, absolutely, this adapter. And there's another one around in here too somewhere. I don't know, I probably passed it, but yeah. I'll explain what that does later, but yeah, so aside from that, this is pretty much it, really, for the mods, at least. Yes, these 4 real modules. I'll talk about these a bit here. So what these do is they add functionality to the game, and I believe they're actually made by Giant Software. And why these are not actually part of the game itself, like in the form of like a patch or DLC or something like that, like a free DLC, not one you have to pay for. Why these aren't part of the game itself to begin with, and why these have to be, you know, mods, I will never understand, because these add so much to the game, it's unbelievable. So this mod makes your tires get dirty and has more accurate tire dirt, beard dirt. Straw hats and beard dirt. Alright, explodable. No, it was combustible lemons. That's what it was. Alright, Cave Johnson. I'm Cave Johnson. We're done here. Alright, anyway, so this module right here is really nice because it lets you basically it allows your tires to like sink into the dirt, like if it's muddy or just in general. So it's really cool, and it adds a really cool realism thing to the game, because the ground's not just like pavement anymore, and it actually deforms. Well, it doesn't deform, but you can sink into the ground like actual dirt and, you know, turf does. So if you're driving, you know, one of these gigantic freaking wheel loaders around, and it's muddy, you know, dirt because it was raining, then and you have this thing installed, your tires are gonna sink and you might get stuck. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, really. That's all I have installed. There's other stuff available through Mod Hub here. I'm actually gonna check, because I like to go through and check this every time I play, because I'm pretty sure they update it like at least once a day, maybe twice a day. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how often they update this. I saw, I read it somewhere, but I don't know what exactly, where exactly that was. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything too new in here. But yeah. Also, just a note, you can hit these little tab next buttons here to go back and forth throughout any kind of like categories or anything. So yeah, just don't. Basically, what this one does is it adds crop destruction to all wheels except for care wheels or thin/narrow wheels. So again, why this isn't actually part of the game as a configurable option, I have no idea. But yeah, so it's a very cool game add-on. But yeah, so same with this chopped straw and the sawdust and everything else. I don't play with the sawdust one, but I do play with this one because it's nice. But yeah, so game extension. I don't remember what game extension does. Oh yeah, so it just fixes some things and lets you do some interesting stuff. I don't bother with this farmer's touch thing since I feel like it's kind of cheaty, and I mean, besides that, I mean, do you really need a menu to tell you if your field is ready to harvest or not? I mean, can't you just look at it and see if it's brown or not? But anyway, that's just me though, my gripe. But yeah, so other than that, there is some other stuff in here that's pretty cool, but yeah. So anyway, so that's the whole mods thing. There's apparently 6 things in here that I don't have, but it's okay, because none of it's new to me. Alright, so yeah. Anyway, alright, so let's actually get into the game here and explore some of this. So I have a lot of saves in here, and I don't know exactly how many save games that you can have. Apparently 20. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start a new game. So we're going to go easy, and let's go ahead and start on Goldcrest Valley, because this is the original game map that it comes with, or map that the game simulator or whatever comes with. And yeah, so let's go ahead and start this up. There's another map that the game comes with, or simulator, I'm sorry, whatever, you know what I mean. So there's another map that it comes with called Sosnovka, and this takes place in Russia, and it's a very nice map. My only gripe with it is that the signs and everything else are phased, so they don't, you know, break like in Goldcrest Valley and a couple of other maps. But I think they did that to save on performance, because this is a really big map. I think it's a lot bigger than Goldcrest Valley is, but yeah. In any case, the maps are pretty big, but as you can see, I have a lot more maps than just these two, which I highly recommend. Some maps don't play nice with the AI farmers, But yeah, so just be aware of that. As to my favorite maps, I like this one a lot. This is one of my favorite maps, this Kleinhau. It's a really big map, but it's really cool. I'll probably show you this map at some point. But yeah. Otherwise, this map is pretty cool as well. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I do like, this map's okay. But yeah. I wish I could use this map. It just will not load for me. I don't know why. But, yeah. So anyway, alright, so let's hop into Goldcrest Valley. I'll explain these other maps later, but alright, so let's hop in here. I do play as a female just because, you know, why not? And yeah, you can actually change your shirt color and things like that. So green, red, blue, white, gray. I like brown. You can also play as a guy, but he kind of looks like a tool, so I'd rather play as Jane the farmer. Besides that, equality, gender equality, whoa! Anything you can do, I can do. So, yeah, anyway. Anyway, so yeah, so this is just a list of all of the mods. So like if you have a problematic mod or one that you don't want to play with in a certain save file, then you can disable it in this list, or you can disable all of them if you want a vanilla thing. I'm going to play with them all selected because why not? And let's just go ahead and get started. So it's going to load here. While it loads, it's going to show you some game tips in this window, and we'll show you an image of the map here, along with kind of a progress bar sort of thing here. So that will animate and do things as it loads, and then once it's done loading, it'll show this symbol and show the start thing here instead of loading, and then you'll be good to go. Normally this will highlight. For some reason it does not for me. So once it's done once it's done loading, you just hit start and off you go. It'll pop up with this message saying, "Welcome to Farming Simulator. Would you like to start a short guided tour? This will show you the basics of the game." We are going to hit no for right now because I already know how to play the game. And then it shows you a little window down there. If you'd like to start the guided tour at a later time, simply start a new career in Goldcrest Valley and you'll be asked again. So yeah, so there's that. I don't like how it just, you know, drops you, and it just drops you in like that, and it doesn't allow you to start the guided tour at a later time from a, you know, saved game, so that, like, if you accidentally hit no, and you click through that message, then you're screwed because you don't know what to do. I mean, obviously you would play the tutorials, but when I played them, when I first started this simulator, I was kind of lost because I'm a city boy. I'm a city boy. I don't know how to do no farming. And so, you know, I don't know how to farm. I don't know how to play. So, or I didn't know how to play. So I was pretty much lost. And that was even after I had played the tutorials, because I just kind of binge played them and, you know, tried to grab as much information as I could. But yeah, so we are gonna start out. I'm also going, this is kind of all right, come on brain, figure out your thoughts. Okay, so let me just kind of rewind and finish that first thought before I get too far here. But anyway, so I was just kind of lost when I started playing this game, so, you know, it took me probably a solid 10 hours to figure out how best to play this game. Or even just to how to just, you know, play it in general, not just, you know, to do it in the best way, but just in general. But yeah, so anyway, so as you can see, I mean, the graphics are really nice. But yeah, so anyway, alright, so let's talk about the game itself, or the simulator itself. I kind of treat it like a game because it's fun and it has goals, and it's kind of like a freeform game. It's a nice open world, just kind of relaxed kind of game. It's not a game, but it can be seen as one, or it's very similar to a game. But anyway, the graphics are not that bad at all. I will go ahead and say it. The graphics are not bad. They're dated, yes, but are they bad? Absolutely not. But yeah, so I mean, the skybox alone is really gorgeous, but it could definitely use an up-res, in my opinion. I mean, yes, you can hear my computer starting to speed up, but that's pretty much mostly just because I'm recording this with XSplit and the Elgato. So, yeah. Yeah, alright, so we're still good. What's the... Alright. We're fine. Plenty of space. So, anyway. So I'm just gonna take a little drink real quick to whet my whistle, and, now that we're out of that atrocious menu music, I can turn my actual music back on, and turn on this game sound. Yay! Ah, we have DOS chords playing. Now, I'm going to try and change some music stuff here real quick while I do this, and the game might spaz out. I've never actually tried this, so we'll see what happens. So I'm just gonna hit escape real quick. Gonna go over here. I'm very happy that I'm actually able to do this, because a lot of games will just lock you in to your primary display. I'm using two displays right now. I have this one, which is my primary one, and then I have one over here, which is my other one, which you guys can't see, but that's okay. Yeah, so just give me 1 second. Oh, right. Hey, cool, and it didn't spaz out the other one. Nice. It didn't spaz the game out. That's so awesome. I love that. They really thought that out. I bet they did that on purpose. That's awesome. I'm so glad they did that. Okay, oops. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Whoop, up, that, yep, up, whoop. Okay. What's going on? Come on. What are we doing? Okay. That was weird. I spoke too soon. I guess it did spaz out. But alright, we're fine. Everything's fine! Alright. We're good. We're good! Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take a drink real quick. Let me, don't know what to do with this one. I can just sit right there, I guess. Birds. Ah, okay. Excuse me. Alright, so the ASMR portion of this video is now concluded. Hope you enjoyed. Alright, anyway, moving right along. That's so weird. Alright, so anyway, so let's talk. Let's talk about some stuff. I'm gonna move my chair a bit. Alright, so okay, now before I start talking about the game itself, or the simulator itself, I would like to say that I am unbiased. I have been playing this game, this thing, for a very long time. Yep, okay, the Elgato is screwed up. Sorry about that. It's not performing that bad, it's just the Elgato. So, I am going to have to Alt-Tab out and fix that. So I'm gonna be right back. Hold that thought. Okay, so let's try this again. Alright, so let's hop back in. Okay, I think we're better. Sorry. Capture card spazzed out on me. Yeah, we're much better now. Alright, cool. Well, it looks a little dark on your end. But, yeah, I'm gonna increase the, that stuff. So I'm just gonna alt tab out real quick and fix that. Okay, there we go. Alright, hopefully this won't spaz my card out again. Okay. Alright, so how does that look? Oh yeah, much better. I'm so glad I did that. I love being kind of an expert on what I'm doing. I almost know what I'm doing. Isn't that awesome? Memories! I was trying to say memories, but somehow it, yeah. Alright, moving on. Memories aside, let's talk. Alright, so game. Okay, so what is this thing all about? Well, alright, so let me try and regain my train of thought here. Sorry. This is the whole tech problem business is kind of a pain in the ass, but or rear end, sorry. But alright, so farming simulator. Let's think. So when I first started playing this game, I had no idea what to do, and I do have my original save file, which I rage quit, by the way. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright, so I do have my original save file from when I first started the game. And it's not very pretty. I'm deeply in debt, but yeah. Alright, so here's the right way to play this game. Or here's what I do when I start a new game. I'm not gonna do everything that I usually do when I start a new game this time, because I do like these buildings and the scenery. You can get rid of these and sell them for extra money. The game will start you out with $25,000 right off the bat, and you get 2 tractors, maybe 3. I think you get 3 tractors, actually. Yeah, you do. So you get 3 tractors, combine, harvester, and 3 fields, and some other stuff. Let me show you everything that it comes with. So you can bring up the store page anytime you want, but we're gonna go to the garage, which you do just like that. So this is everything that we have. So this is everything that the game will start you off with, but there's something to take note here. See this running time right here? This is how long this item has been used for. So while the game gives you all of this stuff to start out with, it's all used up stuff. So you're gonna want to replace all of this stuff as soon as humanly possible. And because notice something here. This tractor here, this Case Agriculture 1455 XL tractor, which I do have opinions about, but I'll explain that in a minute. This tractor is only worth $24,550. Well, that's a problem, because when you go in here to buy a new one of those, as we can see, here's that same tractor. It's $102,000 brand new. Why is the price so much lower? Well, if you'll note, note this symbol right here. This is how much it costs to maintain this, and see how a brand new one is only $260 a day. That's because it's brand new. The ones that we have, $587 a day and $671 a day. So that's kind of a bit of a problem. This will also say how many days you've had it for, so, or how many days it's been in use for. So that's anytime the engine's running, basically. So that's kind of a problem. But yeah, now take note that these are not bad tractors, but they're not so great either, but I'll explain why in a moment. Same with this trailer here. I despise this kind of trailer because of the way that it turns, and I'll show you that right now, actually, in a minute. But it does give you a cultivator. It gives you pretty much everything that you need except for a plow. It does not give you a plow, but you don't necessarily need one. If you want one, then you can get one, but yeah, you don't absolutely have to have one. But anyway, so what I do when I first start off a game is I go and I sell all of these buildings and I sell this truck because I don't need any of these things. But I'm not going to sell the buildings, but I am going to go ahead and sell this truck because I don't need it. I don't use it. So now we have a solid $36,000 there. So what I'm gonna do, notice how this trailer excuse me, so notice how this trailer is worth $2,500, this DB8 thing. Well, if we go to the shop, we go here into the tipper category, that same trailer costs $9,000. So yeah, it's kind of a bit much. So I'm going to keep that trailer around because it's a trailer and it works. Trailers you don't really have to care about too much in terms of running time and maintenance costs and that kind of stuff. They're pretty easy to maintain, so I mean you can use those for a very long time. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab, I think I'm gonna do this. Am I? Actually, yeah, I better. Yeah, because it'll pay off. Okay, so I'm gonna grab 3 of these if I can afford it. And I will show you why I'm going to do that in just a second. Okay, so alright, so once you've sold that truck, notice how it's gone. There's a way to get more money for your stuff, which I will show you when it comes time to sell. Now, I'm not going to completely go through the entire motions and show you absolutely everything that you need to know and all of that kind of stuff. I'll save that for a gaming video on Liquid Horizon Gaming, but since this is a review, while it's a very in-depth review, it's still just a review, not a let's play, so I'm not gonna actually go through all of the motions. But anyway, so let's check out this trailer here. As I said before, the graphics are not bad at all. The graphics are dated, yes, but all in all things considered, it's a very accurate simulation of what this trailer would look like. So, mainly because this is based on an actual trailer. So you can actually go out and buy one of these in real life. Same with this tractor. You can buy this tractor in real life and have one and drive it. Also, speaking of this tractor, I really do not like these tractors, and I will tell you why right now. It is because of the front end. It has this weight on the front end, which you would think would be a really good idea. And it is, except that it's not, because with this weight here that's stock attached on the front of it, that you cannot take off and remove, you cannot attach any kind of front mounting tools to this thing. So if you wanted to get like a front end cultivator or a front furrow or anything like that, you could not mount it to this tractor. And that's kind of a bummer, because that means that the only tractor that you can mount it to is that one over there, that blue one. So that kind of presents a problem. But anyway, so let's get in it. By default, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn that down a bit. So by default, you know what? I have a better idea. Oh, I bet I can't do that, can I? Oh, yes, I can. Okay, good. Good. Okay, I'm gonna crank that down to 40. That way I can have that up still. But anyway, so by default, here are the game settings, and this is everything that's by default on easy mode. So, and yes, you can change any of these to whatever you want. But anyway, so the thing I'm concerned about here is automatic engine start. I don't really like this, because it will turn off any kind of lights that you have on. So like if you're working, and it's dark out, and there is a day-night cycle, which is nice. But yeah, so if you're doing stuff like that, then it'll turn off the lights of the vehicle whenever you get out of it, and that's kind of a bummer. But anyway, so I'm going to turn all of these off because I feel like they're kind of cheaty. So also, it's just one more expense that I don't need. I like fast dirt growth, I guess you could call it. Traffic is okay. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's all right. But yeah, I know there's usually 3, but I like 1 because it just speeds things up. So let's go ahead and go from there. But anyway, so those are the settings that I personally play with. You can change them to whatever you want, but that's just what I play with because I find it the most fun. So anyway, so here's our tractor. It drives pretty nice. There is an interior view, like so. I do have my wheel and pedals plugged in, so I can drive it nice and slow like that if I wanted to, but I don't really like to do that because of reasons. But as you can see how as we drive across this empty field, how, you know, it's kind of lumpy. That's from that cool mod that adds the tire thing. So that's what the sinking into the ground business is all about. That is what makes this possible, and that is very cool. But yeah, so this tractor is pretty fast. Like, it's not a bad tractor. I just do not like them. But we're gonna have to use it for now, just until we move on to the next portion of the video. But yeah, so like I said, this video is gonna be really in-depth, and because of that, it's going to kind of take a while. I'm gonna crank down that music, or not the music, but the noise a little more, 'cause it's still kind of loud. But but anyway, so so yeah, this tractor is not the best tractor there is, but before I go and do other stuff, I'm gonna show you something that is actually really cool. So you can have AI helpers, and they're basically cronies that do whatever you tell them to do. So yeah, so like I'm gonna have that blue tractor here. I'm gonna have that guy do this field for me, and then I'm gonna have that harvester go while I'm doing other stuff. So let's go ahead and get out. Gonna turn this on with my handy dandy wheel. So this is the other tractor that we have, and in my opinion, this is the better one. It could use a weight on the front, but I'm actually probably gonna end up selling that cultivator and doing this thing a different way. But for now, just to kind of show you what we can do with all of this stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and have them do this field. So there we go. They'll do it automatically. I'm not touching anything. And there we go. So then we can either tab out, or we can just hit E and exit that way, which is how we're going to do this. So then let's go over here, and I'm getting a little bit of frame drop, but that's okay. It's to be expected with recording. But yeah, so anyway, here's our not so great harvester. I really don't like these harvesters. I don't like case stuff personally. I have nothing against case. It's just something turns me off about them. I don't know what it is, and I'm sorry that it's like that, but I don't know. I don't really understand it either. Yeah. I know. I forgot. So yeah, you do actually have to configure and start things up and make sure things happen the right way. But anyway, so I'm going to disable the straw swath because I have nothing to pick it up with right now. I will in probably like 10 minutes, but not right now. Since this is a review, I'm going to speed through this process a lot, so but yeah, if this map was compatible with chopped straw, then it would be fertilizing this field as I did this. But I'm gonna have the AI do it now, so there we go. So now the AI is doing it and I don't have to touch it. So now I'm going to hit tab, and that will bring me to any kind of vehicles that I have. I can keep pressing tab to go through the motions and check out any kind of vehicles. So what I need to know, though, before I start on this field is I need to know if this field is fertilized or not. I know this seed sower will fertilize for me, but I just kind of like to do it myself. So anyway, so what you do is you go in here and you can see all of the different fields in the game map, and you can also see their state. So this one is cultivated, but is it fertilized? It is not fertilized. Okay, so I'm actually gonna hold off on this for right now. So let's go ahead and head over here. But before I go, I'm gonna check to see if that trailer has a hitch on the back, and if it does, great. If it doesn't, well, okay, so it does. Cool. Not that it matters, because I'm actually gonna do that part a different way, but that's okay. So this is why I don't like the these kinds of trailers with this kind of mounting system on it. See how the front wheels on the trailer move like that? So they kind of follow the tractor like that? Yeah, I really don't like that. I like a fixed front wheel trailer much better, my personal opinion. So but that's okay. It'll work for now. It's a good trailer for just kind of hauling around the farm area, but yeah. So anyway, all right, so let's head over to the store. I'm taking a shortcut. There's another way to go, but I'll show you that later. But anyway, so let's head over to the store now, and also take note of my money up there in the upper right corner. Note how as my helpers do their jobs, they take money away, so it's all balanced. The higher the difficulty level that you have chosen when you first start off a save file, the more money that will take, and again, the more stuff that they have to pay for as well, the higher their price will be. So what that means is that, you know, all of these settings that I turned off in here, so like all of these helper refill settings here, the more of these that you have on, the higher their price will be per, you know, tick, I guess. So that's that. That's what that's all about. I do have a modded version of this case tractor. It's pretty much the same tractor, just older. It's an older version of the same model. So, but in my opinion, it's a better version. But the only issue with it is that the AI does not play very nice with it, which is a crying shame. But that's a real shame. But these are just projections, so they don't actually exist. But yeah, the people, that is. But anyway, all right. So let's, yeah, see that? I really do not like that because it screws up your doings here. See, like you can't back up with them. I hate it. So these fixed end trailers, I really like these a lot better. But anyway, all right, so whilst I'm here, I am going to show you something that is very interesting indeed. Okay, so before we do this, I'm gonna show you something here. All right, so notice how this tractor I don't know which one it is, but notice how these tractors are kind of lower priced. So this one is 24, this one is 18, right? Okay, so when if I were to sell these through this garage menu, that's the price that I would get for these tractors. If I actually bring them to the store and sell them at this area right here with the hash marks in it, so if I were to actually sell this tractor right here, it will give me a lot more money for it. So not a lot more, but quite a bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell that tractor. Yeah, so instead I'm going to get a different tractor. See, now I have more money. There are also sales that will show up, but it varies. It kind of depends on what we've got. So anyway, so these are all the tractors that are in the vanilla game. So all of these tractors are in the vanilla game. This is the one that I just sold. We have one of these New Hollands here, the 8340. We have one of those already. But notice how all of these tractors are a lot more expensive than the one I just sold. Yeah, so they only go up from there. Unless you go for the modded tractors, which we get into now. So any tractor that has this mod symbol underneath it is a modded tractor. So this is the same kind of tractor model that we just sold, but it's older, and so it's a lot cheaper, and it has a lot more options, in my personal opinion. But I'm not going to go ahead and buy one of these, even though I can. Actually, I can't. I don't have enough. But yeah, so I'm actually going to go over here and trying to think of which one to get to show you. I'm not going to buy every single tractor for obvious reasons, but I'm going to show you enough tractors to know what they're all about. So, I mean, there's a ton of different kind of tractors that you can get. But, yeah, so, anyway, so actually, in order to get a good tractor to replace the one that we just sold, I'm gonna have to, well, no, because it's still only 130 versus 143 horse. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cheat in some money, so I'm gonna do that. I don't know why it does that, but it does. I think it's just a keyboard mapping screw up. But anyway, so yeah, so whoopee, we got money. We have $3 million because this is a review video, and I don't have time to grind all that much money. So that's what we're gonna do. So there are two ways to access the store. You can access it directly, like right here. So you hit that and hit R, and then here you are. You're in the same menu. Or you can just hit P from wherever you are. Just like that. So, alright, so what are we gonna get? Well, first of all, let's go to the garage, and I'm gonna show you something. So, this harvester right here, this is how much it costs per day to maintain this harvester. $1,574.49. So, unless you're raking in the dough, this thing is going to be an absolute money pit, along with everything else you own right off the bat, right off the get-go. So these shelters don't care, you know, they don't have any kind of maintenance costs, which is kind of unrealistic, but at the same time I'm kind of happy about that. So yeah, boy, those mini tacos are not agreeing with me. Stomachs are rumbling. But anyway, so yeah, I had some mini tacos earlier, and I don't think they were cooked enough, or maybe they were cooked too much. I don't know, but they're not agreeing with me at all. Maybe it's the combination of the scoops and queso that I had before I had the mini tacos. I don't know. So, all right, moving on. Long story short, life sucks. All right, so it doesn't completely suck, but there are a lot of aspects of it that do. Moving on. So, anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna probably get rid of this after that field is done. But ahead of time, I'm gonna go ahead and grab another harvester. This is the best one in the game, right here, this one with the tracks on it. It's the best one there is. But we're not gonna go that far right now. Let's go ahead and get a couple of these, actually. Let's go for it. I mean, we got the money. Let's do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab a couple of those. Now, you can't just have these by themselves. They're not going to do anything for you. You need a header to attach to it to actually make it do anything. So these are all of the headers that are in the vanilla game. There's quite a few. There's more than enough to satisfy you for the short run when you first get the game, but you can always add in more via the mods. There's not a whole lot in the mods category for headers, but that's okay. One of the things that we're gonna get right off the bat, usually what I do is I get, I typically get like one of these, or that Stark one that we saw that was modded. Otherwise, I get one of these Argus things. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. Stomach's not exactly cooperating 100% here, but that's alright. So, let's, what is going on here now? Something is not quite right. 1, 2, 3, test. Testing. Alright, I think we're okay. I don't know. Who the hell knows? I don't. Let's just keep going. Alright, so if it breaks, it breaks. Hopefully it doesn't. Because I can't afford a new one. Alright, so I think it's still under. No, I highly doubt it is. It's been like 2 years since I bought it. Alright. Anyway, so alright. So I don't remember what I was talking about, but actually now I do. Alright, so normally I get like one of these two, and then I'll get this Power Stream 700. That's a pretty good deal to start out with. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these. Has a nice working width of 7 meters, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab yeah, so I'm gonna grab that, and then I'm gonna grab probably one of these. Yeah, let's grab one of these. Although no, screw it. Let's get one of these. Because it does both the sunflowers and the corn, so that way we have a choice. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do with that. Then take a little drink. Alright, excuse me. Okay, so, anyway. Sorry about that whole spiel, guys. I'll probably have cut all that out anyway. Alright, so we're back. So we got the headers and the harvesters. Okay. Next, we should probably grab a couple of tractors. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to, replace the ones that I have. I'm gonna replace them with these. Gonna do that. For some reason this is in German. I don't know why. Probably because it's a German mod maker, but we're gonna get the best ones that we can for the money. So there we go. I'm only going to get one of those because, like I say, the AI doesn't really play nice with them, but they're okay. So then, heard that one already. But, then, let's go back down here and, let's grab, I'm gonna get one of these, Lintrack 90 things, which are really cool, actually. Standard is fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab that. There we go. What else am I gonna get? Let's go ahead and go for... Let's get one of these Varios. Let's go with the narrow tires. Always do the narrow tires. If you can. You don't have to, it's up to you. I just like to get the narrow ones. But, and then we're gonna polish it all off with one of these end series jobs. There we go. These are really nice tractors. Alright, so now that we've got that, alright, so now let's grab, so let's talk about fertilization. So there's a few different ways to go about it. You can do the fertilizer itself with these fertilizer spreaders. You can do a sprayer, so you can use a liquid man-made fertilizer, which I particularly like to use. I do have a mod that includes a slightly better tank than the one in the vanilla game. The only issue with the modded one is there's no way to tell how full they are just by checking out the model, like on these two. But, yeah, so... Then, there's, good old manure. So, basically cow dung that you spread over on the field, because crap is a natural fertilizer, apparently. And, yeah, so... and then there's always, slurry, which is basically liquefied shit. It's basically liquid, cow dung, so... to put it more tastefully. So, well, at least as tasteful as this gets. So, I hope you weren't hungry, because if you are, well, you're not anymore. But, yeah, so anyway, so there's that. There are a few different ways to fertilize as well, like using the chopped straw mod, and there's also this thing called oilseed radish that you can use. Basically, you plant that first, let it grow, then you harvest it, and, or no, you don't harvest it, you cultivate it, and then that will help to fertilize your field for the next sowing. But, anyway, so, these are plows, by the way. There are kind of a bit of them. I do have some more modded ones in here. I don't really use plows all that much. But yeah, so anyway, alright, so let's go ahead and grab some cultivator action. So this is the, these are all of the ones that are in the vanilla game, and then I've got a lot more that are from mods. So, here are all of the ones that the mods add. There's quite a bit of them, as we can see. So there's plenty of variety. I don't have a tractor powerful enough for that one yet, but yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what this front stuff does, so what this is all about. I'm gonna go ahead and get the star version of it. So there's that. And I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these as well, because these are pretty nice as well. Now, in order to make use of that other one that we just bought the best way that we can, let's head over into the weight section. So these are all of the vanilla weights that the game comes with. And then I have a lot more from mods. in here. So, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these because they're nice and cheap. There we go. Okay, so and then to fertilize, at first, why don't we go ahead and start with one of these? I don't really, yeah, so like I say, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but yeah, so it's a nice little simulator game, but yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab one of those, and I'm also gonna get one of these with the extra tank on the front as well. I'm gonna show you the one that it comes with because yeah, I can. So let's grab some pallets of stuff. So I'm gonna have to get a trailer out of here because there's a multi-use modded trailer that I highly recommend you get. This one right here. By the way, all of these mods are free, so you don't have to pay for them, which is awesome. So, yeah, so there you go. So we're gonna get that. Now you can pull those with a tractor with a dolly, but I'm gonna sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these man trucks here. So I'm gonna, yes. Apparently we have bought too many things and there's no room for stuff to be placed, which is okay. That's fine. So, okay. So, alright, let's see here. Which one are we gonna use first? Let's go ahead and hop in the trash. Now check out the way this one turns. See how the rear wheels turn like that too? Ain't that cool? That's super cool. Makes it have a really nice tight turning radius. How cool is that? I'm gonna make you guys dizzy. Sorry. I made myself dizzy. Alright, moving right along. So, yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that front. Actually, scratch that. I'm going to go over here and grab this stuff. This stuff kind of dwarfs this tractor. Alright, so there's that. So we have a sprayer now. So I'm gonna take this over here. I have a mod that I'm going to talk to you about in just a second, which is absolutely heavily recommended. Okay, so let's see, where should we? Okay, come on. There we go. Alright, so let's grab these tires out of the way. Sorry, out of the way. Stuff. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, so let's drive this one over here. Now, check this out. We have a special mod. It's called Follow Me. And what it does is you hit right Control F, and it will follow the vehicle that it is in front of. So I will show you that once we're done with the big train that we're going to be setting up here. So anyway, alright, so now let's grab this harvester and hop in it, turn it on. There we go. Going to need to probably get another tractor here. I know exactly which one I'm gonna get as well. So let's go in here again. Okay, let's go all the way over here. Doesn't need to be very powerful at all. I could make do with one of these. Or even with one of these two old timers, but I'm gonna grab which one? I'm gonna grab this one. Okay, so let's do that. I know there's a lot better tractors out there that I could get for the same amount of money, but I don't care. This is fine. So, there it is. No, it's not. That's the Voltra. There it is. Okay, so there's that. Now, whilst I'm in the store here, I'm going to grab a seed sower. Just gonna grab this one. So there's that. So the reason why I like these front furrows, cultivator thingies, is because you can cultivate and sow seeds all at once. So it takes a lot of the the work out of it. It's not a foolproof solution, and there are much better ways to go about it later in the game, but this is a great way to do it at first. And I'll actually show you this stuff, guys. I'm not just explaining this stuff just to explain it. I'm actually gonna do it and show you. So, and again, this is just how I play. You can play it however you want, but I'm just showing you what I have learned. Okay, that's odd tires. Weird. That is not remotely what I thought that tractor was gonna look like. What am I doing? So, yes, anytime you want to modify something, you can bring it here and do your thing. There we go. There, that's fixed. That looks much better. It's not all that fast, but it's fast enough. Now, why did I buy this again? Oh, yeah. It's pretty lenient, so you can just kind of vaguely line it up and it'll latch on. It's good enough. You do have to press a key in order to make that happen, though. Okay, so there we go. Alright, now I'm gonna make that thing pull the train with the tractors, or trailers, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's start up the Voltra. There we go, nice and quiet, gotta love it. Now this tractor is really cool for the early game, because not only can you drive it this way, but check this out. So there's a wheel right here, right? Well, if we turn around, what's that? Is that a wheel? Because it certainly looks like a wheel to me. Let's check it out. So if we hit Control B, I believe. I hit B, or C, sorry. Control B. Check this out. And now you can drive it this way. And I don't have to invert my own brain in the steering. It inverts it for you, so you just drive it like normal, like you were driving forwards. How awesome is that? How cool is that, right? It's very cool. Very, very cool. Yep, and even your model changes. Okay, nice, nice building there. Mm-hmm. Real solid. All right, let's turn this thing around. Control B. Zoop. Okay. Just kind of spawn in there. All right, so let's grab this cultivator. Maybe. See how heavy that is? That's why we need the front weight. Because look at how unstable it is now. It doesn't want to turn. Hurry! Get the weight! There we go. Much, well, not much easier, but it's quite a bit easier. That thing's stupid anyway. I'm gonna sell it. So, you might say to yourself, well, gee, this thing's so freaking wide. How's it ever gonna get down the road? I'll show you. You can hit X on your keyboard. It will fold. Yes, we do have the PC version of this game. Kind of forgot to mention that. But yeah, so. As if you guys didn't know, but, you know, by now. But anyway, alrighty. So let's hit Control F for follow me mod. Okay, so now helps to turn on the engine, stupid. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and sell that trailer right now. And just be done with it. We don't need it. Get out of here. So, but yeah, so now see how fast that money went? We're already down to 2 million, which is kind of a lot of money, but not really. All right, so let's all right, and there we go. So here's your Shine Award. Whatever. almost done around it in here. I might have even fast forwarded through this, but yeah. Yep, so it's pretty realistic. It's not totally all that realistic, but it's pretty good. It's dated. It could definitely use some updates, but excuse me. Alrighty, so yeah, there's a lot of wheat in here, but that's okay. Alright, so there's that. And yes, I will be getting into animals here eventually as well. Like I say, this is a really super in-depth video. So this is a review, and this is going to be a full review. So this is a review of the entire game, basically. So I'm going to explain everything there is about this game. So if you have any kind of questions at all, hopefully this video will answer most of them. If it does not answer all of them, please feel free to contact me. I am more than happy enough to answer any kind of questions, no matter how small. So alright, so this one is here for sunflowers and corn. So that field over there, we're gonna have soybeans. This field right here, we are going to have probably, yeah, I think we could do it that way. So this field over here can be sunflowers, and then that field can be let's do sugar beets over there, and then we'll buy another field or two once we have that stuff going, excuse me. And then that will be that. And because I'm just gonna get these harvesters to where they need to be. I'm gonna park this up here. That way it looks nice and scenic whenever we drive by it. Besides, it's gonna be quite a while before we actually need this thing. So let's just kind of park it like some kind of off-road commercial vehicle or something. Yeah. Look at that awesome off-roading harvester. Yeah. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. Because why not? There we go. Awesome. I love taking screenshots. Okay. There we go. I'll probably have one of those be like the video thumbnail or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but I'll figure something out. But anyway, alrighty. So let's go ahead and turn it off. Have I turned it off already? No. Let's do that. Okay. Oops. Don't know why I did that. Alright, so now let's go ahead and I don't care about that. Let's get this guy out of the way. Okay, so now let's get this guy going over here. Oh, lag spike. Everything's fine. Okay. So I'm gonna fill up this one first. Okay, so let's go ahead and refill that. Notice how the model changes as it fills, which is very cool and very nice. So it will show you just how much is in the actual tank. Okay, so now let's hit G and switch that over to the other one. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so I'm actually gonna get this guy going. And I'm gonna get this guy going over on that field over there. So fuel. Alright, so then we turn it on, and we can either do this ourselves, or we can have a helper do it. I'm gonna have a helper do it, but I'm just gonna show you that you can do this yourself. Anything that I show a helper doing, you can do yourself as well. So, like, you don't have to have the helpers do anything if you don't want them to. So that's very cool. So, as I said before, anything you can do, they can do better. So, you are done, so let's get you out of the way. And since I just want to be done with this thing, I'm just gonna drive it right over directly to the silo and empty her out right over there. That way I can be done with it and get rid of this one. And yeah, since this is kind of a pain in the butt. So, yes, I do press a key for that. I actually press a button on my mouse that emulates a key, but yeah, so so while that's doing that, and yeah, you can just go away to do other stuff while your things are doing other things. It's totally cool, totally fine. It will not care. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Alright, so let's try out this. So normally, as I've shown already, normally you would need to wait for that tractor there to be done using the cultivator on a field before you can go ahead and sow it. Typically, the order in which I do things is I plow, cultivate, fertilize, and then I sow my seeds. But, I mean, you can do it in pretty much any order you want in terms of the sowing and the fertilizing. But you have to, at the very least, you need to cultivate first. But anyway, alright, so this seed sower will fertilize for you, but I still like to go through with an actual fertilizer like I'm doing right now. And do it manually. Now these little blue icons there that glow with the question marks in them, if you run into those, it will pull up a window explaining what things are and things like that. But, alright, so let's go ahead and refill this. Sunflowers. Okay, so then, let's go over to the fertilizer section and, fill this thing up with that. Yes, these are not infinite sources of stuff, so they do run out. But you can get more. Oops. Oh, found the trailer. There is no concept of damage in the game / simulator, which I find to be kind of a bummer. I would much rather enjoy there being some kind of thing like that in the game. That would make a lot more sense. Maybe in a future game, or maybe in an update they'll add that. I kind of doubt it, but you never know. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop the cultivator first. There's that. Okay, so now let's just drop that. And turn that on, and then we're gonna hit H first before we even do anything, because it'll do that. And then, luckily, the AI is generally smart enough to be able to do all of this stuff in one run. So, see how the rear wheels are kind of spinning like that? That's evidence of an underpowered tractor for the application that you're doing. So this tractor, it's obviously doing it, but it's slightly underpowered, so that's why the rear wheel is kind of spinning like that a little bit. So every so often you'll see it kind of spin and speed up a little bit. So yeah, that if you see that, that means the tractor can do it, but you'd be better off getting a stronger tractor to do it instead. But We're okay though. This is fine. It's clearly able to do it. It's fine. But yeah, so this is actually really efficient because it's doing all of this in one go, and you don't really need to worry about it. The only thing you need to worry about after this is fertilizing it after this is all done. So also, the AI is not entirely accurate because it's going over what it just sowed, so it's a little bit on the wasteful side, and it kind of misses some stuff here and there. So, like I said, the AI is not too great, but it's okay. Beats doing it yourself. Let me put it that way. So, anyway, so you can just go ahead and do that. Alright, so now we don't need the Vultra right now, so we'll just park it over here. I don't care which way it's facing, as long as it's here. That's all I care about right now. Okay, so you're almost done. You are done, so let's go ahead and be done with that. Oh, excuse me. Okay, everything's fine. We're good. Alright, so, let's turn this on. Alright, I'm gonna crank the music up a little bit because I'm kind of losing my mind as I do this. This is one of those games slash simulators where you need something going on in the background, unless you absolutely just need to just brain out and just lose yourself in something. But yeah, so what was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay. So now there is an actual radio in the game, but I don't really like the songs all that much, so I generally leave it off. Besides, I usually have like my iPad going with YouTube on it or something, or like I say, like music like this going in the background otherwise. But yeah, so alright, so let's go ahead and get to the selling portion. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill this trailer up with wheat so that it's full. And then we're gonna go over here and we're gonna fill this trailer with something. Now, every time you start a save file on Goldcrest Valley, and also on Sosnovka, I believe, it will give you some things to sell right off the bat, so you're not completely screwed when you first start out. You do have some things to sell. So but I want to get rid of this wheat, so let's go ahead and fill everything up with wheat so that it's done and we don't have to worry about it anymore. One more to go. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now let's drive this thing over here real quick. And alright, so now we need to figure out who's buying wheat for the highest price. So there's some math involved in here. Not crazy math, but I'll show you. So basically all we're gonna look for is the highest price, which is this one right here at the Maplefield Mill, which is kind of a bummer, but that's still okay. Because it is something that I need to show you how to do. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna go over there. So we actually need to turn around and go the other way in order to do that. See what I mean? So they'll do it, but they're kind of messy at it. So I'm gonna have to come back around here with that same tractor and sower and sow everything that they're missing. but that's, I guess it's okay. But yeah, anyway, so. Alright, so once we're done selling stuff, I'm gonna bring this tractor over to the store, and I'm gonna pick up a another seed sower. And actually, I kind of do have to do that because there's a special kind of seed sower that I need. I just realized I'm planting something stupid on a wrong field, but oh well, whatever. We'll get to it later. But anyway, alright, so let's alright, so let's go over here because this is where we need to go to sell this stuff. Alright, so in order to sell this stuff at the railroad mill, this is kind of tricky. So here's what we have to do. We have to bring this inside, dump its contents inside in the marked area, and so I'm gonna hit unload. There we go. So there's one, and let's take another one. Thank you, sir. May I have another? There we go. And one more. Now notice how we're not getting paid yet. That is correct, because this is not actually a place where you go to sell stuff. This is a place, it's kind of a stepping stone to get to somewhere that can take the stuff to sell. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave the tractor here. It'll be fine. And then I'm going to grab, which one? This one. So I'm gonna get inside of this train, I think, right? Is it this one or the other one? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it has to be this one. I mean, it doesn't have to be. Yeah, it is this one. That's right. Okay, so, yes, you can drive trains in this game. And no, you cannot derail, as far as I know. Alright, so here we go. So we're gonna fill up this train with all of the grain and stuff. And then we'll use our brain and drive the train. Drive the train now. Gonna drive the train full of grain. Gonna use our brain. Gonna brain. Anyway, alright, so at least I don't think you can derail. In my experience, I've never derailed. At least this train. I've derailed my train of thought plenty of times, but I've never derailed this train. And I would like to keep it that way. I mean, I don't want to have to derail, well, any kind of train, but I mean, my train of thought's bad enough, you know what I mean? Alright, so we're almost to where we need to get to sell. Now, you would think this is a lot faster than traveling by tractor, and you're kind of right. But at the same time, this is such a pain in the rear end that I just never sell here. But I just wanted to show you guys not precisely how much of a pain in the rear end it is to sell here, but just that you can do this, and this is one of the ways to sell. Stop already, you stupid garbage. Jeez. Overshot the runway by like 10 feet. Meaning a mile, but okay. Stop! Okay. So, let's go ahead and unload. Unload your pants and do a dance. Alright, so there's that. So, from here on out, I don't care about this train, so let's just get out of it. Alright, so there's that. And we just got 30 grand off of wheat. Wheat is not something very good to sell. But, yeah. Unless you have it in, like, massive quantities. And even then, there's... soybeans is still the way to go. even in the vanilla game, soybeans are definitely the way to go if you're gonna sell stuff, at least at the time of writing this. And actually, I'm just gonna grab a different tractor, a faster one. I'll probably just grab the Valtra or something, it's, I guess. For a while, like, to start off with, it's pretty fast. It's fast enough, anyway. So, I'm gonna get that because it's annoying me. Okay. So, let's go here. Let's check the sales. Nothing on sale. Crap. Oh well. Anyway, alright, so, we need something from in here. Now, there are two ways to do this. We can use this stuff, which we're going to use to begin with, or we can use, like, one of these fancy combines here. But, I'm not gonna do that right now. I'll show you that stuff later, but just to start out with here, I'm gonna grab one of these. And, one of these. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna need a stronger tractor for this, definitely. And, then we're going to need something to plant this stuff with. That's for potatoes. I think I have one. Yeah, that's right. But these things will also plant the sugar beets. But that's alright. So yeah, there's all kinds of different cool stuff that you can get here for this stuff. But, anyway. So let's just go ahead and grab another one of these. Because we can. And it's here. And we're here. Everything's groovy. Alright, so there's that. So then I'm gonna grab another tractor. I'm gonna get one that's a bit more powerful than the N series tractor that we have, which is, I'm pretty sure, the most powerful one that we have right now. Let's find out. Let's take a look at what we've got. Besides, I don't want to sell this crap anyway. I don't need it. You are gone. As are you. There we go. That will save us money in the long run. Okay. So, where are our tractors? Here we go. Alright, so here's the N series. I'm gonna turn that down just a bit. Okay, so here's the N series, and we can see that it is 185 horsepower versus the modded tractor that we have somewhere here. There it is. So versus this one, which is 180. So yes, so the N series is our most powerful tractor that we have right now, which is just fine. That's perfectly okay. But we need something just a little bit stronger than that. I mean, it could do it, but I still want something stronger than that. So let's go ahead and grab a I just love the way these tractors look, you know what I mean? These tractors are okay. I don't hate them, but I don't like them, you know what I mean? I definitely don't like the way they look, but they're okay. Yes, there's a Lamborghini tractor, and yes, this is the only one of its kind in the game. It is very fast, at 37 miles per hour, but it's a little underpowered for the money. It's a little underpowered. I mean, you can get a better engine for it, absolutely. And it'll go upwards of like 45-ish miles per hour with the bigger engine in it, but it's only 263 horse. So I mean, it's still a pretty good tractor, but I don't know. That's just me though. In all honesty, I'd rather have a Series 7. It's just as fast, but it's cheaper by about 3 grand or so. No, more like 2, but no, actually I think it's cheaper by like 4 grand. I don't know, but yeah. I'm gonna be right back. Hold that thought. Probably either skip it or whatever. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, let me just take a little drink. Oh yeah, if you hear any noise like in the background, pay no attention to it. It's just my furnace. It's in the laundry room next to the studio in here. But anyway, alright, so, yeah. Okay, so there's that. Alright, so this is now our most powerful tractor. And, yeah. Alrighty, so let's load this thing up here. I thought this thing was gonna have narrow tires. Let's try that. That's more like it. Awesome. Okay, now we're good. Alright, so there's that. So this tractor is loaded up and ready to go. So let's bring this thing over here. Real quick like. Okay, so. Alright, so let's bring this stuff back. And pretty soon we'll be preparing for sheep. And then eventually we'll prepare for cows, and then eventually we'll prepare for pigs. And I did list those in order of ease. So sheep are by far the easiest animals to care for. Cows are around mid-level, and pigs are the absolute worst. Right next to cows, that is. Sheep are like pretty much the best because they are extremely low maintenance. They don't take a lot of time to do, and they're pretty easy to take care of. So, alright, so I'm gonna park this thing in here for right now, since we don't need it particularly. Turn it off. Okay. Let's go up to this field over here, which was actually supposed to be where the sunflowers were, but unfortunately I screwed up, so this is where the sugar beets are gonna go. But that's okay. That's fine. Just gonna angle this thing to where it needs to be. Okay. So I'll let the AI do it because it's a much better driver generally than I am, at least with a keyboard. And yeah, although I do have a wheel, but that's okay. It's kind of overkill for right now. Alright, so let's get this guy out of the way. So just for this field to fertilize it, I'm already down lower than half on the fertilizer. That's crazy. But that's okay. Alright, so once this is all set and ready to go, put this thing over here for right now, and, ooh, you know what we should do? We should go and buy a field. Which field should we buy? Let's find out. And I know that one has spuds on it, but it's alright. I'll just cultivate it and be done with it. I could harvest it and sell it, but screw it. Ain't nobody got time for that. Alright, so let's get our convoy train thing going. So let's do this. Where did I put the N series? Or was I just trying? No. Oh, that's the N series. Okay. Okay. Everything's fine. Alrighty. Alright, so off we go. So let's go to field 18. There we go. Alright. So let's head to field 18 now. Anyway, alright, so let's do field 18 or whatever this one is. Yeah, 18. Okay. Now this one's kind of an odd-shaped field, but that's okay. Man, and it's like ready to freaking harvest. Gee, maybe I should go grab a potato harvester real quick. Yeah, you know, I think I'm gonna do that. I mean, I need to show you guys that stuff anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and buy this field real quick. That way it's mine and the AI doesn't harvest it. Alright, so yes, you can do jobs to get the field prices lower, but that's okay. I mean, you don't have to do it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and get the here we go. Okay, so let's grab this stuff. Okay, so that's ready to go. Alright. Now this thing is definitely a grade A contraption, if I've ever seen one. So definitely wins an A+ in the contraption category of life, the universe, and everything. Okay, so Control F, there we go. Okie doke. Very cool. Yes, they do follow your every move, just about. Except for when you back up. They don't back up, which is kind of stupid, but whatever. So, yeah. Oddly enough, it's St. Patrick's Day today, and I'm very, very Irish. Like, actually Irish. So, this is kind of ironic that I'm harvesting potatoes on St. Patrick's Day, being in O'Reilly. Yes, that is my actual last name. But anyway. Yep. So, it's a little bit ironic, you know. Now, why did we buy Field 18? What are we going to be using that for? Glad you asked, because we're going to be using that for wheat. We are going to be growing wheat or barley or some such grain like that there. Potatoes, is it not ready to harvest? Oops, wrong thing. Growing? Oh, you son of a... Alright. Okay, it's not ready to be harvested. That's fine. Whatever. At least it's ready. Everything's here and ready for it. Well, alright. In any case. So you're done. But we have to do a little bit more stuff here real quick. I need to fix a hole that you left because you're incompetent. Okay. So let's fix this. Like I say, the AI is not so great, but it's okay. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so I'm gonna fix this problem right now. Okay. So I'm probably just gonna speed right through this. So. Okay, well that took for freaking ever, but it's done. Whoa, leg spike. Okay, so we are good to go. Everything's fine now. Yay. Alright, so that's done. You can raise and lower it with the mouse or a joystick if you have it, or buttons or whatever. Alright, I'll probably speed through this too. I mean, it won't take that long, but it's okay. I'll speed through it so you don't have to sit through it. So I've actually learned quite a bit about farming just from this game / simulator. So, I mean, it's not, you know, 100% accurate exact, but I've learned a lot more from this game simulator thing about farming than I've ever learned about, you know, watching TV shows and, you know, because I love farming. You know, it's in my blood. I mean, I'm Irish, so, I mean, you know, it's in my blood. So that's really cool. Fast forwarding. Even though we were probably fast forwarding through this entire conversation, in which case that probably sounded really weird. Just like this would have sounded. Unless I'm not fast forwarding, in which case this really sounds strange. Strange. box of strawberries. Alright, anyway, so weirdness aside, hi, we are back. And that is done now, yay. That only took forever. Okay, so that's done. So everything's good now. We are done with the fields for right now, until that potato field is done growing. After that's done, then we harvest that, but that's pretty much set and forget until that's done, and we have to empty out the harvesters. So you might be wondering, now what? What do you do once all of your fields are good and you don't have to do anything with them anymore for a while? What do you do then? Well, there's quite a few things that you can do, actually. You can, so these are pretty much just mid-level tractors. And I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna use the restroom, so I'm actually just gonna cut the clip right here, and I'll be right back. Hold that thought. Oh crap, I just had it. I'm gonna go. Okay, stop! Alright, so we're here. Hi. Hey, how's it going? Alright, so we are back. I'm gonna have to edit so much frickin' footage. This video has just become a major pain in the ass. And I'm not happy about it, but anything for you guys, right? Right? Anything for you. I guess. But yeah. Anyway, so alright. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. Ugh. I just needed to take a little minute to collect myself. Alright, so we are back and in action. Alrighty. So, let's talk about some stuff here. Alright, so we are going to check out the silage portion of the video. So let's go ahead and get that going. Alright everybody, we are back. Sorry about that. Now we are making silage. Actually, this is a batch I've prepared earlier. So I've got quite a bit. Okay, so I already put some in there. Nice. About water. Do not have any water in there, I don't think. Maybe I do. It doesn't look like it. No, I think the water trough's empty. I think. Let's find out. Okay, so. Alright, so they got straw, they got hay and silage, so that's all good to go. They don't have any grass. They don't have any water, so let's do that. You mean I had one already? Well, where the hell is this stupid thing? Freaking kidding me. Where is this stupid thing? It says I have one. Where the hell is it? You. There you are. Freaking good for nothing garbage truck. Alright. I have reached the end of my patience. Absolutely. Oh yeah, now I remember. Yeah, this is the one where I accidentally quit because rage and other stupid garbage. That's right. Okay. Alright. Alrighty. So we're almost on our way to having cows. Ooh, I'm about ready to have a frickin' cow. Alright. So I'm not gonna bother with pigs because that's gonna take like 10 years to do, and I don't have that kind of time. This video is gonna be long enough to frickin' edit. So this video is gonna take forever to frickin' edit as it is. I don't need it to be any frickin' longer. So alright. Okay. Wonderful. It has frickin' food, it has water, it's good frickin' enough. Alrighty. Now, since you guys have seen me buy animals with the stupid trailer and all that kind of stuff, not gonna bother going that route with everything. Just gonna go spawn them in. So, let's do that. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Alright, done with the deep voice. Okay, where the hell's the frickin' animal garbage? Where's the animal dialogue? Where is it? It's gotta be around here somewhere. Where the hell is it? Okay, so we now have cows. Congratulations. I don't know where they are, but we have them. There they are. They're over here. Good. Congratulations, we have cows. Isn't that wonderful? There they are. Hard to see, but they're there. Moo and stuff. Okay, so cows. Hooray! There they are. All right. So pigs look like pigs. Cows look like cows. Sheep look like sheep, and stuff like that. So now let's focus on forestry, which is wonderful. So basically, you have to harvest stuff and make things into chaff, which is in that trailer right there, I believe. And then you drop it into this clamp silo, and you drive over it, and then you put a big tarp over it, and it will ferment into that brown stuff, which is called silage. And then you mix that with some other stuff in the mixing thingy, and it makes food for cows and other such things. So yeah, so there you go. There you go. Well, that's your problem. All right. So that's that stuff, and yay, so that is done. Hooray. Wonderful. Fantastic. Let's move on. Okay, so let's go to the store, and I'm just going to show you very, very, very briefly and easily what this stuff is all about. I'm not going to go into great detail with it because I am at the end of my patience with this video. So, yeah. I love making these videos for you guys, but I absolutely despise editing them. I despise editing for 5-hour-long videos. 4 to 5 hour long videos. I hate editing that crap. So, yeah. I'm gonna cut this as short as I frickin' can. So, alright, so let's get into forestry stuff. It's kind of a pain in the ass, not worth it, but I'll show you anyway so that you guys can make your own judgment. But anyway, alrighty, so we're gonna go right for the big stuff here. We're gonna go right for the big money. Big, big, big stuff. So I want to show you this and be done with this video. Because I'm done. It's not that I don't want to make this video for you guys, it's just that I'm so sick of having to make it. I'm tired of doing it right now. I'm at the end of my rope. So I gotta be done with this. And yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this video gracefully and wonderfully and all of that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to show you very briefly what this stuff is all about. And from there, we will go into the closing comments section, which is where I will explain, you know, what everything does, what it's all about. And once that's all done, then we will go from there. I need pine trees. Where the hell are the frickin' pine trees? All the way over there. Of course. Okay. Well, anyway. Spruce, pine, whatever the hell they are. Sticks that stick up out of the ground with more sticks on them. Alrighty, so there's that. Wonderful, fantastic. Okay, we got the wood chipper. Going to start the stupid engine on it. Okay, we're gonna go 4. There we go. Okay, I'm not gonna bother getting a trailer to do that stuff or anything like that. But yeah, this isn't exactly a tutorial video anyway. This is just a review. Unfortunately, it's a very long review, but there it is. So anyway, there's a lot of crap to do in this game. It is a simulator of farming, and everything takes forever because farming takes forever, and yeah. You will absolutely, wholeheartedly, 110,000% lose a bunch of time to this game if you allow yourself to do so. And yeah, that's pretty much what it's all about. It's just kind of one of those relaxing kind of, well, it's supposed to be one of those nice, relaxing, just kind of do whatever kind of games. And at that, I've got to say, it succeeds for the most part. It absolutely succeeds. Is it great at it? Not really. Is it terrible at it? Not really. It's just kind of in the middle of the road. So, you know, it does its job. It does what it's supposed to do. Does what it says on the tin for the most part. Forestry is an absolute freaking nightmare and is not worth it. So I deeply recommend not bothering with it. But I'm going to show you right now the easiest way of going about it. And yeah, so after this is done, that's all I'm going to be showing of this game. So we will go into closing comments and go from there. So okay, so what you gotta do is you gotta get your tree here, and all right, so you gotta get your tree. Turn on the harvester. Alright, so we're gonna hit cut. There we go. We got our tree. Timber! It tips over. Whoop-de-doo. And you drag it all the way over here. Hopefully, if you're lucky. Otherwise, it turns into a big freaking pain in the rear end. So, what you do is you bring your tree over here. By the way, one of my biggest gripes with this game has got to be the physics. It's just not even remotely all that great. And this is what it does. So this is forestry. This is pretty much it. So then you can either sell those wood chips, or you can just take these logs and shear all the branches off of them one by one with a chainsaw and sell the logs at the log selling place. And yeah, so you can either do that, or you can sell these wood chips for more money and a lot less of a hassle. Still a gigantic freaking hassle, but a lot less of a hassle. So then once you're done with that, when you want to get rid of the these stumps, then what you do is you take one of, well, I mean, you basically have two options. You can do it with a chainsaw, or you can take one of these skid steers and grab one of those, and then you can grab one of these stump cutters, which is right here. And yeah. These things are an absolute nightmare to drive, just FYI. Also, they're freaking slow as balls, so. And there you have it. So, that's Farming Simulator 2017. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it was so long, and sorry it was probably really broken up. into a lot of small chunks like this, and I'm kind of sorry about that. But like I say, I've been recording this video for like 5-6 hours now, and yeah, so I did not mean for it to take this long. It just took this long because it's frickin' Farming Simulator, and everything in this entire frickin' game takes this long. Is it a problem? Not if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for something that's a time waster and you just want to just veg out for a while, this is the game for you. Because although there is a lot of thought involved in it, and there is quite a lot of stuff involved with this game, it's a very good game to just kind of bleh out for a while. And yeah, so it's a very good game to just kind of blah out for a while. And yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, and that lets me know that I'm doing a good job. If I missed anything, be sure and let me know. I know I'm not covering pigs, because pigs are an even bigger pain in the rear end than cows are, and I just don't have the time or patience for it, so sorry about that. And yeah, aside from that, there's not much else to say about Farming Simulator 17, other than that the scenery in the game is just beautiful. I wish the graphics were better. Farming Simulator, that's what it's all about. Put your left foot in, put your left foot out. Put your right foot in, shake it all about. Yeah, but yeah, so anyway, alright. Crappy rapping aside, that's the end of the video. I am done. I am done talking about this game. I could talk about this game for freaking 8 hours. I could literally spend 8 hours talking about it. I've spent 4 already talking about it. 5, actually, now. It's been 5 hours. That's how long I've been recording this video for. 5 hours of content that I've somehow got to squeeze into at most an hour, you know? That's how long your attention span is. So, you know, that's how long I've got to wait in order to make this happen. Or that's how, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. This is gonna be a pain in the ass to edit. So, yeah. But you know what? You guys are worth it. So if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, hit that frickin' like button, baby. I want to see, you know, 200 likes, and I'll make more of these. But anyway. But yeah. So at any rate, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it was kind of rambly and just all over the place like this, but like I say, you know, 4 hours of footage, 5 hours now with this current clip. But yeah, so I mean, it's just a crazy freaking crazy game. And there's just so much to talk about here, and just everything about this game takes for freaking ever, which is both a good and a bad thing, because if you're just looking for a quick fix, this is not the game for you. This is the game you want to play if you want to sink literally hundreds of hours into a game. This is the game for you. It's an interesting little game. Big game. Big game. But it's an interesting one. And it's not a bad game. It's not a bad simulator, which is what it is. It's a simulator, not a game. I keep calling it a game. I'm sorry. I know that it's a simulator and not a game, and that there's a difference. I am aware. You don't have to tell me, even though I know you've probably told me hundreds of times by now in the comments. I am aware. So I will see you in the next video. I don't exactly know what that will be, but I can hopefully guarantee you that it will not be 4 hours long. And yeah, so as always, thank you so very much for watching. I'm TLDR. This is Liquid Horizons. You're watching review, and I will see you next time. As always, thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe. It helps me out and lets me know I'm doing a good job. And yeah, like I say Like I said earlier, if there's anything that I missed or anything specifically that you want me to cover, let me know, and I will do my best to answer those questions or give you an answer as to whether or not I'll cover something. And yeah, so aside from that, if you enjoyed the music in this video, that was my own music anyway. If you enjoyed my music, then you can get it on Google Play. And if you did not enjoy it, well, you have no taste in music. Anyway, just kidding. But anyway, so I will see you in the next episode. Until then, I'm Sailord Gran. As always, thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, before I go, I should probably do a that whole spiel with, you know, is it a goodbye or not kind of thing. So is this game a goodbye? Goodbye? No. It is a pretty decent bye, all things considered. I got my enjoyment out of it. To give you some experience, some personal experience on this game, I have dropped over 100 hours into this game so far. This game, simulator, whatever you want to call it. I've dropped over 100 hours into this thing. Not just to review, but because I wanted to. Speaking of this review, I'm not doing this because I'm getting paid, because I'm not getting paid for it, even though I really wish I was. I'm not. I'm doing this video because I wanted to do it, and because it's something that I am passionate about. I like this game. It's an okay game. Does it have faults? Yes. Does it suck at life? No, not necessarily. Are there things that it is good at? Yes. Are there things that it is extremely horrible at? Absolutely. But does that make it a horrible game? No, not necessarily. As long as your expectations are in the right mindset. Because if they're not, like if you're expecting something that's amazing and perfect and just this awesome thing, this game is not it. This simulator is not it. Absolutely not. But if you are expecting, you know, a simulator, a farming simulator that gets most of it right and does a pretty decent job at being a simulator that simulates farming, this is definitely the simulator to check out. If you don't like it, well, there's always the refund button. So, you know, you don't have to like it. It doesn't have to be the best thing you've ever played. But, it also doesn't need to be the worst thing you've ever played. So, based on what you've seen in this video, you decide. I personally am okay with this thing. I'm okay with it. It's an alright thing. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's kind of middle of the road for me. So, I am very curious to see what else Giant Software will produce in terms of the farming simulator brand. And, yeah, so I hope it's going to be good. I'm expecting it to be good. I'm expecting it to be a lot better than this. But, yeah, which is, you could call this version of this game, this Farming Simulator 17, you could call this a reskin of Farming Simulator 15. You could call it that, because the two things are very similar, but they're not exactly the same. There is much more content. There is a lot more content in this version than there is in the other one. Oh, cool. So I didn't know that happened automatically. Sweet. Selling the milk up in the upper right corner. I didn't know that happened by itself. So that's nice. But anyway. So, yeah. Do I think this game is worth it? Absolutely. If you're looking for a time sinker, this is it. This is the thing to get. If you're searching for the best thing since sliced bread, if you're looking for the bee's knees, keep looking. This ain't it. But this is definitely one to check out. Is it worth getting if you already have Farming Simulator 15? I would say yes, because Farming Simulator 15 did have its flaws, according to what I've read from other people. It does have its flaws, as always, and there's a lot of content in it that made the game better from mods. And a lot of those mods I've read have turned into features in this version of Farming Simulator, in this edition of Farming Simulator, aka Farming Simulator 17. So I have heard of that kind of stuff happening, but I want to say that I personally think this is worth getting. Speaking of things that are worth getting, there is some DLC that has come out for this game. I am aware of that. I will not be getting it at its full retail price, however. I refuse. It's just not worth it. Based on what I've seen with the mods, there's no way that it's worth it. Not at that price. 15 bucks for, like, what, a handful of tools and stuff? I've gotten better equipment for free, you know, from Mod Hub. So, you know, it's not worth, it is nowhere near worth full price. I understand what they were trying to do, but at the same time, it's not worth full price. So do not get the DLC at full price. In terms of this game, I don't remember exactly how much this game retailed for, but if you see it, I would say grab it. Especially if it's like on sale or something, definitely grab it. 'Cause it's worth it. It will keep you occupied for quite a long time, I think. My advice, though, to you is to play this game in bursts. So like 1 to 2 hour bursts is my advice to you guys. Because otherwise it just gets too boring, repetitive. Well, it's not boring, but it gets too repetitive and you lose interest pretty fast because things just get so tedious and just mind-numbingly grueling, grindy that, you know, it turns from an awesome time sink, just kind of blah game to, you know, just veg out kind of game to holy crap, this is really freaking grindy, I'm never gonna get anywhere, why am I bothering to play this kind of a game. So yeah, which is not a bad thing, but you know, for those of you who are into that stuff, rock on, grab this game because you're gonna love it. But if you're like me and you like some grind but not a crazy amount of grind, then, you know, absolutely get this game, but only play it in like short bursts. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, I'm TLDR. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I rate this game probably 68, 70 out of 100%. So I'd rate this game 3.5 to 4 stars, I would say. It's a good piece of software for what it is. For what it is, it's great. Absolutely. So, I will see you next time. Until then, I'm TLDR. As always, thank you so very much for watching. See you next time. Peace out. I'm gonna drive into the water now.